Black girl, ooh, black girl, how you gonna survive in a world that wants you dead? Black girl, how are you going to survive in a world that wants you dead? You don't let them tell you your abandonment issues are embryos stemming from being a premature incubator baby like they did me. Tell them that you're too dark, I didn't see yous when they ran into you one too many times was the fuel that set the jetpacks of your paranoia and your hypervigilance off. And that this was the very reason that as a kid, you swapped your superhero power from invincible to invisible. Black girl, how are you going to survive in a world that wants you dead? You don't let them tell you you don't belong. Tell them that you found that the cure to their vertigo is to always be in transit. For every time you enter a room and stand still, it spins. Tell them it's not true that you can't swim, that black people are indeed the best swimmers. For isn't running just freestyle on land? Tell them that's the reason why when your feet collide into their surfaces and it feels like quicksand, you've never drowned. Black girl, how are you going to survive in a world that wants you dead? Tell them that you will not wear the shoe that fits the size of their bigotry, and that you are the owner, not the owned, that you are leather, that you breathe, and that you will not be suffocated by the ignorance of their not walking in your shoes. Tell them that you will no longer allow them to get away with mispronouncing your name or letting them shorten it if you don't want them to. Tell them that every curve, every outstretched vertical and horizontal line that kiss and make up each letter of your name are like the holes of a belt that cradle the shirt of your history, that tucked in the spaces between your given name and your surname is your totem, a sword of power of which your praise poem wraps itself around like a sheath, and that in times when the pangs of master depression and his wife's self-doubt grabs hold of you on a leash, tell them that you will remove the sheath and use your sword to unshackle and break from the grasp of this doggone slavery. Tell them that in those times when it's just too hard to get back up, that even though you were a baby that never learned to crawl and make contact with walls and backs and floors for support because you went straight from sit to stand to walk to run, you have still somehow managed to find the earth is your friend and that she will carry the burdens that your legs can't. Black girl, how are you going to survive in a world that wants you dead? Don't let them tell you your English is bad. Tell them that their dictionaries were wrong, that dirty and unclean are not synonyms for your skin, that demon and devil are not synonyms for your race. Tell them of projections and mirrors and of erasure. Black girl, how are you going to survive in a world that wants you dead? You don't let them tell you to unlove every millimeter of your body because it doesn't meet their standards of beauty. Tell them that their scales are whack. Tell them of disproportion, of imbalance. Tell them that no, they can't touch your hair without asking. And yes, even if they asked, you wouldn't let them touch it if you didn't want them to. Tell them that this has got to be okay, that your natural mane is the shape of the sun because your people were the first ones she touched. Tell them of privilege, of fragility, and to look up every time you say, I love you. For spray canned in the sky is the word queen. Is Hendrix shredding on a guitar Is Hendrix shredding on a cloud as if it was his guitar? Is purple rain? Is shoot? Is falling stars celebrating you? Tell them that you are a miracle and that every time you say I love you, you are a revolution. You are a Rosa Parks. You are a Nina Simone singing her people's dignity back into existence. For who else must unsing the blues? Who else must unpick cotton? Who else must clip her bra straps to put her bra back on and give back babies that was never hers to feed? Who else must untie her apron and unpaint white faces black? Who else must unpick strange fruit hanging from lynch trees? For who else must be tired but not have a holiday because she's still expected to fight? For who else's back is expected to not crumble after it's been trampled on under all of that weight? For who else must only weep in the wings of the gospel, still waiting for God's Son to come? For who else must survive in a world that wants them dead? Black girl, ooh, black girl, how you gonna survive in a world that wants you, that wants you, that wants you.